So, chapter 3 is called Globalizing Body Politics. So, last chapter, Sorrells was talking about globalization, which, of course, affects individuals and affects our lives. But it's also a really large scale phenomenon, right? It's a macro phenomenon in the sense that it's large, right? With this chapter, she's really bringing back intercultural communication to our bodies. And when we talk about intercultural communication, there is this primacy of the body. First and foremost, it's how we experience culture. So the food we eat, the music we listen to, the relationships that we form with people are embodied. And the norms that govern those things and how we're taught to move our bodies and what's acceptable in a given culture is an embodied experience. And so she points that out. Also, our bodies and how we read others is an important aspect of our own identities, right? So this idea of us versus them, right? Me versus you is also an embodied experience, particularly in terms of difference, right? So we seeing the ways that we're different can also be a kind of like orienting kind of idea, right? So for example, the differences between gender, right? We're taught early on in this binary system that there are men and women, boys and girls, right? This idea that there's only two genders, right? And that could be kind of an orienting logic, right? Us versus them. And so that's also kind of an embodied concept, right? Our understanding of differences in our bodies. So there is this primacy of the body in the sense that it is our how we mediate, how we intersect, how we go out into the world is through our bodies. It's also interesting and notable that she says body politics. And so you've probably heard the term identity politics, right? And that's the ways that our identities also have a political aspect to them, right? And the same is true of our bodies, right? There's a saying that comes from the feminist movement that the personal is political, meaning the choices that we make in our personal lives have political ramifications, that they're laden with ideology, right? The way we walk down the street, who we hold hands with when we walk down the street. And the same is true with our bodies, right? They're laden with symbols, with meaning, right? With socially constructed meaning, which we'll talk about, but are nonetheless political, right? In this sphere of meaning making, right? Our bodies are real, biological things and we have lived experiences in and through our bodies, and our bodies have material effects, right? So like our our bodies can be hurt, right? Our bodies are material, our bodies feel, right? But at the same time, our bodies are also political. They're laden with ideology, laden with control, social control, right? How we've been taught to move our bodies and those sorts of things. What's acceptable behavior with our bodies, right? And that comes to us through culture, and that's how we experience a lot of culture, right? Is in and through our bodies. So body politics for Sorrells also means she's concerned with how our bodies are marked by power and difference, and how we negotiate those things in and through our bodies.